In this video, I'll be teaching you how to get your music on TV shows, on your favorite Netflix series, on TV commercials, and even movies. So stay tuned. What's going on, guys? Adam Ivy, AdamIvy.com. As always, I appreciate you joining me yet again for another video. A few days ago, I was right here in my home studio and I was producing music specifically for TV and commercial placements. Now, I produce that music quite a bit differently than I do when I'm making instrumentals for artists, and I decided to share that in my Instagram stories. Now, if you're not following me on Instagram, I'll put that information up on the screen now. I have a lot of behind the scenes footage, do tips and tricks, I do live Q&As. Well, not live Q&As, but you know what I mean. So I invite you to come follow me over there. I love connecting. Send me a comment, send me a DM. Anyway, I did the behind the scenes of producing for TV and commercial, and I was giving a little bit of insight into how it all goes down. Now, I woke up the next day to over 80 different DMs from people asking more information about how to produce for music, how to produce music for TV and commercial and movies and so on. Now, this video is going to be a little bit different than you're used to. All that I ask is that you make it all the way to the end of the video. I'm going to make it a lot faster than usual, so make sure you grab a pen and paper, get your notes app ready on your phone, and let's begin. All right, so let's say that I cross paths with one of you guys, one of my channel family members, and we're at an airport. I only have 5 or 10 minutes before I have to board my flight, so I don't have a lot of time to talk, but I want to help answer your question. The one question you have is, how do I get my music on TV shows, on commercials, on movies? My first immediate response would be sign up to imdb.com if you haven't yet. There's a free 30-day trial. I am not an affiliate at all. After the 30-day trial, I think it's like $20 a month. I'll have that link in the description box below. What that's going to do is going to be an amazingly powerful search engine to find the people you need to find. Now, once you sign up and log in, you can search any TV show and it's going to pop up. Any movie, it's going to pop up, whether that be NCIS, Big Bang Theory, or even Keeping Up with the Kardashians. So once you find a show or a movie or a series that you're interested in, open up that page, and on the right side, usually look for a tab or look for something that says company or staff. Now, once you open up the staff or the company page, you typically are going to see a ton of people, because that's everybody that's ever worked on an episode, anybody that's worked on a season of that series. You're going to see a lot of different titles and a lot of different names. Now, at first, I know it might seem like a lot of people, but trust me, it's really not that hard, especially once you get the hang of it. All that we're looking for on this entire list is the 3 job titles. We're looking for sound supervisor, we're looking for composer agent, or music manager. Those 3 job titles are typically the decision makers, the gatekeepers, those who decide what music, what sound effects get on TV series, get on movies. Those, as well as the production company, whose information is also usually on that page, whether it be at direct email, their website, or even a phone number sometimes. Those are going to be the most powerful contacts to find. Now, once you find those names, they typically don't have contact information for them directly. They just have a name and a job title. So what do? You use LinkedIn to your advantage. I bet you that 90% of you guys are not using LinkedIn the way it's intended, the way that you could do it in a professional sense to get these placements. What do? You sign up with LinkedIn. You get a profile set up specifically for your music. I'm not talking about your day job. I'm not talking about the other things you do, the things you dabble in and graphic design. Set up one profile as professionally as you can. There's a ton of videos here on YouTube to show you how to set up a professional looking LinkedIn page with all your credentials, all your skill sets, the people you've worked with, that's the credentials. Maybe you've worked with other companies, maybe you've worked with some artists. Have a professional photo. I'm not going to sit here and tell you how set up a LinkedIn page, but that's the first step, because in LinkedIn you can search job titles. You could search name with job titles. You could find these people very easily, and guess what? These people that are working for major production companies, that's like their day job. Where are they if they have a day job? They're on LinkedIn, networking with other people in the industry, and this is where you really need to work your way in. Now, I know it sounds like I'm trying to oversimplify this, but I promise you guys this process is very straightforward. What I need you to do is make sure that your LinkedIn presence is very professional. This isn't the time to be swagged out. This isn't the time to use crazy stage names. This is the time to act in a very professional manner. I look at LinkedIn kind of like church or an interview with a Fortune 500 company. If I were to sit down with Elon Musk or Warren Buffett, how would I be acting? This is how I want to act with these audio composers. This is how I want to act with the music managers for these major production companies, because this could be my career. These big network opportunities are going to lead to more work. Word of mouth goes a long way in this industry, and so this is where you really want to kind of tippy-toe and do things the right way. So set up that professional looking LinkedIn profile. Like I said, reference different profiles on LinkedIn, reference different YouTube videos here on how to do so. You want to reach out and introduce yourself and always kind of reference something they've done. So let's say you reach out to a composer agent and his name is Mark Jehovowitz, whatever. You say, hey, Mark, I really appreciate the work that you do on NCIS. I've been watching the series for years. I love what you do. I'd love to pick your brain sometime and just want to let you know that you're doing a great job. Thank you. It'd be great to connect on here, whatever. You just want to be professional. You want to show interest in what they do. You don't want to just be the guy who's clicking. The guy who clicks to just try to boost his LinkedIn connections, that's not going to go anywhere because people see right through that. You want to really take it seriously, just like on any other platform. If you're trying to build an Instagram following, you really want to focus on Instagram. You really want to focus on LinkedIn. And I promise you, I know for a fact, because I have a lot of different coaching clients that never thought of LinkedIn. So this is what you do. You send off introductions like this. You could spend a whole day. You can go through IMDb on your free trial and find a list of 25, 40 different, positions that you want to reach out to on LinkedIn. You'll find the majority of them there. It's pretty easy to find, especially because they usually use the same title as they did on IMDb, and then they'll have their credentials. So you can easily decipher if there's two guys with the same name. So once you do your introductions, you're going to wait for a response. Now, you're not going to respond all the time. And what I typically do is I'll wait a week or two, and then I'll go through a list. I'll actually write down a list, whether it be in my phone or on pen and paper or in Microsoft Word or Google Docs or whatever. And then I'll go through and follow back. I'll say, hey, I just wanted to I just wanted to follow up with you. I sent you a connection. I know you're very busy, but I'd really like to connect with you. Thanks. Just leave it simple. You're not always going to hear back from these guys. Some people don't really use LinkedIn that much. Some people get a lot of requests. Some people kind of see through it and are cynical. That doesn't matter because the people who do respond, that's the people you need to focus on, just like I talk about with artists. So those who do respond to you, you want to open up that dialogue, right? And then this is very important. Now, I say that this next step is incredibly important because this personally screwed me out of a few different opportunities that I would have had if I would have known about this when I first got started, but that's why I'm making this video for you guys. Now, these individuals don't want, for the most part, they don't want music that's formatted for like top 40. They don't want music that's made for artists to be on, for singles to be released. They typically want emotion-driven, loop-based songs, right? If you've ever seen the intro to a reality show, it's just kind of a loop, and then it kind of has a close. It has a stinger. It's like dun 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 dun. And then it starts the scene. They want that loop base. They want those options. They want a 30-second option, a 60-second option, 90-second, 120. This is all things you need to collect and have in a private collection. Now, I know a lot of you guys that are just first started out making beats. You might not have a huge catalog built up, but I know my producer family out there, my fellow beat makers out there, usually have a large catalog of stuff they haven't released yet, or it's just kind of sitting on ice and it's not done yet. One thing that I found is that the loops and the songs that I started that were originally going to be for artists, a lot of times get placed on TV when I just don't have the creative ability to turn them into a hit song, and they're just better off as a loop. Some stuff's just better off as a loop. Now, what I do is I have a page at adamivy.com. I'm not going to give you the URL, but I have a page on adamivy.com that's password protected. Once I open up dialogue with these individuals, once we have a little bit of back and forth, I say, hey, I would love to get the opportunity to get your feedback. That's typically my angle. You can use that. You can use something else. I say I'd really appreciate it if you could give me some feedback on these songs that I composed with TV in mind. And a lot of the songs, the name itself could have in parentheses dark, sad, whatever. You could categorize them differently. You could use playlists with an Airbit player. You could just have something private, like I said, and there's tons of different WordPress plugins that you can use to upload music and just have them kind of sitting. You can even use a private SoundCloud account to do this. I know a few of my fellow producers do it this way. But what I do then is I say, hey, this stuff is completely private. I haven't sent this to anybody else because everything on this page is up for grabs. This isn't used. As soon as somebody claims one of these, as soon as I place one of these songs, it gets taken off the list, so you don't have to worry about somebody else using the same music that you're using. And then I give them the password, and that also gives some trust. That gives some exclusivity. They feel like you're letting them in to your world, and that you actually take what you have to offer and you value that. So I hope you guys are still staying with me. I hope you've made it this far in the video. This is where you got to seal the deal. This is where a lot of times you make it available for them to download a snippet and see if they want to use it. Because a lot of times in an editing room, on the editing floor, they're chopping up different clips, they're trying different things. So if you allow them to use your music, and I know a lot of you guys might say, well, they could steal it, sure. But when it comes to registering your music, when it comes to copywriting your music, you can get mechanical royalties from the content ID match. And typically, I'm going to tell you something. These the audio composers, the composer agents, the music managers, the sound supervisors, they're a lot more trustworthy, typically, than working with an artist down the street that swears he's going to have your $20 in 3 weeks. These guys are like, hey, I use this and this and this. They send over the sheets. There's a whole lot of different deals. I'm not going to get into the business side of things in this video. If you want me to get into the business side of this, whether it becomes splits, whether it comes down to split sheets, whether it comes down to payment up front plus split, exclusive rights just up front, there's a few different ways that you can operate your business. And this is a lot of times what you negotiate with these individuals, or they'll have somebody on their team that will get in contact with you to work all that out. And that brings me really to my last point. When you send them to your page with your private collection of music for them to listen to, for them to consider for their show, for their series, for their movie, you want your contact information to be ridiculously straightforward. Player, contact information. I'm talking your BMI number if you're registered with BMI, your ASCAP number, your direct phone number, your email. A lot of these guys just want to call you. A lot of these guys want to email you directly, so don't make it complicated. Take out any type of resistance between A and B, like I say in other videos. Now, I know that was a lot of information in a short period of time, so I hope you guys took notes. I invite you guys to rewind this video as many times as you need. Again, go to imdb.com, see if you can search up shows without signing in. Personally, I have a membership because it's been so valuable to me over the years. I'll have that link in the description box below. If you found any value whatsoever in this video, I hope that you smash that thumbs up button, share this with other friends, share this in forums and groups on websites. You can put it in your own blog post if you want to, as long as you share the original video. Sharing is fine with me. This is my personal technique, guys. I've never shared this before. In fact, I thought about making a little mini course about it or including it in an online course or something, but I think that so many people were interested and so many people are leaving money on the table by not offering these services that I needed to get this video out, and I hope that it opened your eyes to a whole different world of opportunity out there. The average millionaire has 7 different streams of income, and so we need to up ours as entrepreneurs and as music creators. Now, if you haven't yet, I invite you to subscribe to the channel by clicking that little button over there, and if you want to become a BFF, if you want to become part of the channel family here in the fastest growing music marketing and business channel on YouTube, I invite you to click that little bell icon so you can be the first to be notified anytime I upload a new video just like this. And like I said, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you want me to make more videos like this with the straightforward tips and techniques, with my personal marketing techniques on how to get shit done, let me know in the comments section below. I really enjoyed making this video for you guys. So come visit me up on Instagram, leave me a comment, send me a DM. I love connecting with people over on Instagram. If I'm not here on YouTube, I'm over there on Instagram. And until next time, you can find me at adamivy.com.